Meghan Nesta is live with us, amazing audience. Usually I start saying, good afternoon, Meghan Nesta. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful day?
I am great.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
What is great about today?
The sun is shining. It is not super humid here in this area, which it has been.
Yeah.
I got to go and walk for lunch, and I just came back from that.
Sweet. Well, do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time.
My talent of knowing Tom Tate. Can I use that one?
Yeah, he's an amazing guy, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
How did you meet him?
At AWeber, we worked together.
Okay. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 3.5 years.
Ooh, you've been here for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and I did a little homework for this interview.
Right.
I listened to Tom's interview. And we were at the same podcast event, so we might have seen each other
for
in
the
the halls.
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You were there?
I was there, manning the table.
I was up when I saw you. I was going to say your face looks familiar. It's like, nah, I mean, don't use that line, yeah.
You can.
I could have, right? So tell me, who did you learn the skill of being sociable from?
That's a great question. So I tend to be very shy.
Oh,
it's like
really?
my natural setting.
I could not believe that.
And
No.
so my husband really taught me to be outgoing and not be nervous. And I drive to meet people.
Is he an extrovert?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now that you've entered into the world of extrovert, right?
Yeah.
Will you continue being that person?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it takes more energy for me, so some people get energy off that. I don't get energy off it, but the relationships that I've built and the experiences I've been able to have because of that are awesome.
That's wonderful. I think my wife is in a very similar scenario as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think she would say the exact same thing. That's fascinating. Well, do tell us what you do at AWeber, please.
So I am a product manager here at AWeber, and I work on our mobile apps, which we have 3.
Which is?
Which are our stats app, which help you to understand how your emails are working. Adam, which is an ability to have subscribers sign up, usually in an in-person networking type of situation. And Curate, which allows you to create newsletters, focusing on sharing content from your own stuff or from around the web, different apps, things like that to make an easy newsletter.
I've never tested the third. I have the first and second. The second is pretty cool, like events like this. You don't have internet, you could just get those emails in there.
Yep.
Yeah?
You got
it.
Power user. Well done.
All right. Tell me one other thing you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Consistently. Ask others for feedback.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You did do that as soon as you got in here, right?
I did kind of pounce on that.
Yeah.
But feedback, so one of the things at AWeber, one of the things I love about the team is one of our core values is asking for feedback. But I've learned to do that in areas where I feel I'm an expert or I'm bringing, this is the thing I know, and asking other people what they think. Because I can't do the best thing on my own. Best things come from collaboration.
That's amazing. I love that. Best things come from collaboration. Has that boiled over into your personal life as well? That approach of asking for feedback?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question because I really work hard at it in my professional career, but I think it happens naturally, even in the way that I interact with my children. Just asking them what they're thinking and what they're feeling. I think that also I really value empathy, and I think that's an important skill that we don't place a lot of emphasis on cultivating. So it comes from that as well.
So you cultivate that with your children by asking the questions. Are you seeing that happening? That they're growing in empathy?
Yeah. That's actually one of the greatest joys is when I hear stories from other people when I'm not around and how they care for other people or are curious about other people and just want to have conversations. So.
How does it make you feel to look at Meghan back then and Meghan now, right? How does it make you feel to see the growth, if you want to call it growth? I'm playing, right? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like the ways in which if I was to go back and forward, that I assumed I would progress or get growth were very check off boxes and book smarts and things like that. But I think the opposite, complementary, I don't know if it's opposite, has been true, of like just pushing into uncomfortable zones and learning about people and allowing people to speak into what I'm doing.
That's amazing. Tell someone outside who's listening why they should do what you've done by welcoming that feedback.
I think you get the most growth. I think you learn the most, nothing that you can learn in a book. We learn more from each other. I can tell you for sure, just in my professional life, the things that I've built. So as a product manager, I help decide what are our priorities, what we work on, and what's most important. I could not make things that help our customers and really solve their problems and help them grow in their business if I hadn't asked for input and feedback. And also just really understand what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Listening seems to be a big thing anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that. Tell me something then. Where's the best place for people to connect with you?
Twitter.
At
MJ Nesta.
There we go.
And I'm also on LinkedIn too. You can find me, Meghan Nesta. I will connect with anybody.
That's wonderful. Well, now let's switch gears for a moment and let me invite you into my time machine, if you would imagine with me. That is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Meghan, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh, man. Crawling around in my apartment, where I grew up. I had a somewhat major surgery when I was around 2, and I remember like what the scar looked like from that, and that moment is what I remember. Just crawling, happy, and like healing and great, but I remember that.
With the scar?
Yeah.
You remember the scar?
Yeah.
Why do you think that memory is so clear?
I would imagine for a 2-year-old.
Exactly.
It was pretty traumatic.
Well, I mean, but the scar
But I remember
part,
the positive part about it.
Which was?
So maybe it's like being healing and like being out of it, healed. So that maybe I remember my parents helping me through that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you connect the dots from that person and that memory to who you are today?
Kind of, yeah. I was very sensitive as a child, and I'm still very sensitive. But I figured out how to manage that better.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not a thing to manage better. I don't know. Understand it.
I mean, if I had to give an interpretation of the thought picture you created in my mind,
I'll
right?
take it.
You'll take it? You know, a sky is an interesting thing, right? A sky is something that represents something that happened.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating that with feedback, right, there are 2 ways you can look at it. You can look at feedback as offensive, right?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you tell me that?
Yeah.
Or you can look at it from a positive perspective, like, this is something that made me, right?
Yeah.
This is something that created me to be better.
That's right.
And it seems as though you've taken that angle. I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
Where instead of taking scars and highlighting the negative, you take the scars and highlight the positive.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's yours.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you. High five.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do something else now, right? We're imagining that we're on this time machine, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more.
Okay.
Have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I don't think explicitly, but I hope that I will pass on good learning and knowledge to my children so that they can stand on my shoulders for what they do.
That's great. Love the metaphor, stand up building. Yeah, love that. Are you married?
Yes.
You said you have children?
Yep.
2, right?
3. 3 boys.
3 boys. So you're the queen.
That's right. Even the dog's a boy. It's all boys.
Oh. Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I don't.
How about 3 hours a week?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than? Yeah, that reaction is one I get most times.
It is more than 8.
If you had to share with us, Meghan, your own unique great statement, a statement that represents who Meghan Nesta is, what would you say that is?
Empathy is my superpower.
Love it. I love it. Meghan, it's been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
It's just listen to people. Like, I started delving into this podcast a little bit, and just being able to hear the conversations is awesome.
I appreciate that. for being on Turbulent Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
Boom.